Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Monday evening impromptu stream. I find myself with a little bit of time here to continue where we left off this morning. And so we'll try to finish off the implementation of our B tree tournament bracket running thing in Go. And so we got I think probably halfway through, more than that, this morning. Uh, and this is pretty much just line for line copying my C implementation into Go. Also got tea. Same tea from this morning, English breakfast tea, but it is it's diminished a little bit. It's been through a whole day's worth of brews, and so have I, for that matter. So have I. So I think this all kind of works right now. So we can go build and check that out. We should see four leaves get added. So nice. All right, so now I think we're going to continue doing what we were doing and literally just copy pasting in the C code and converting it over. Yeah, and that is actually pretty cool that the syntax of C and Go is so similar that I can just do this. That does make things pretty convenient. The only thing that was different, obviously, was some of the the memory allocation stuff. We're relying on the Go runtime to either heap or stack allocate stuff for us. Just a little disconcerting. And there's no while loops in Go. Just a little weird. So we will. I don't even know how I would do this conditional actually then. Because I think you only have 4 loops here that you have to make conditional. So I guess I have to just add a check to break out of this. So we will try that out, I guess. So then break, and we'll turn this into a 4. All right. For we can literally just copy or highlight replace this stuff. Okay, we can turn this into the dick operator. Yeah, so I have no idea if this is actually the right way to do kind of while loops like this in Go. I'm just making some assumptions here. It seems reasonable enough to me. Um, did I not define root node? Okay. As node star in okay. Okay, so we have all that. Literally the only thing we have to do is actually figure out what the input library is. So let's see here. We'll ask our friend. Okay, that's not what I wanted. So format dot, okay. So buff IO. Let's actually go take a look through this. Because I bet you there's a rechar, right? I want read rune. Returns the rune its size in bytes. What is this scanner? So how do I just read from standard in? Okay, so we want to import buffio. Okay. I want one rune. So what does rune return again? Returns rune, size, int error, okay, blah blah. So yeah, I don't need those other ones. Does that take a... It's not taking any input. Okay, let's try that. That did not... Oh, shit. Wait a second. Now, is it just like really slow? I had to like enter twice. That's weird. And then also it looks like those did not propagate up. So there's we got something wrong here. I wish I could figure out like go debugger how to debug into this thing. Delve. Yeah, things are not going my way. We'll star this. This is maybe a reason to not use Go, unfortunately. If I do need a debugger, if this thing does not work with PDBs, that is unfortunately a pretty big deal breaker for me. But can I is there like a way I can like run? Oh, I can use GDB. Yeah, alright, well that's unfortunate. Yeah, okay, well let's just try to think through it here then. So choice is not equal blah 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 blah. Oh wait, I think this is now wrong here. Let's try that, shall we? Okay. Oh, bingo. Look at that. It just works. Oh. Nice. All right. Program complete. we made our program and go. All right. Okay, that was not too bad. Apart from all that fuss with just getting the package manager and GoPlease installed, which really pissed me off. That was super ridiculous. Not bad. I like the Go syntax. I think does not bother me. I think it's mostly seems pretty good, pretty usable. It's a little cleaner than C, a little like less verbose, which is good. Not having while loops creeps me out a little bit. I don't quite like that, to be honest. But yeah, I think I had like a pretty decent experience, like just using this language. Like everything kind of just worked. And it did seemingly do all of my memory allocation correctly. So that is good. It did just work. That is kind of like the selling point of garbage collected languages. It will just work. But I think for me, unfortunately, not having PDBs is kind of a deal killer, because I'm a big I have to use Windows. Um, for unfortunately for game dev, because I bought a debugger that uses PDBs, and at work, 100% PDB debugging. So I'd be willing to look into. Oh, interesting. Oh, well, shit. Damn it. But I would be interested if I could get PDBs working, or if there was a debugger that I could just use that actually did work. Like, does this work? I don't know. This looks like you're actually parsing from PDBs, not creating them. Parsing. Oh, that is not the type of PDB I wanted. Because, like, chances are we'll need a debugger for something, and if it's like a huge hassle to set up the debugger for Go, staying with C is very attractive for me. So let's see here. So they have, you just go install, blah blah. Compiling Mac OS native backend. Oh god, what the hell is all this? Okay. All right, usage. How do I use? So, is this a full like CLI tool, or is it a? You know what? I was thinking, what would I find out? Let's just go grab this thing, and we will test it out here. Oh my god, look how many packages. It's crazy. And I still don't like that whenever I just installed Go Please, how many freaking packages that thing set up. That was, including the telemetry one, that I do not like one bit. Alright, so let's try Delve exec. Okay. So let's try stepping. Oop. Where how did this why is it just exiting? Oh, because I didn't provide any flags to my program, right? So I need to, well, let's get out of here. And we'll try passing in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, here we go. How do can I? I think I cannot restart while I'm stuck in here. Let's see. So, how about we try stepping now? No. So where did it, what is this? Like this is the, like where is the program counter right now? Is it in like the Go runtime? That would be a little disturbing. um, Can I remove that breakpoint? I don't know how to use this. I'm not a GDB guy. I might become one at some point. That does sound like a useful skill. But this feels very GDB. Oh, look, I don't actually have to press enter for these to work. So that is immediately immediately better than the C version of the program. I didn't even realize that. That's cool, though. Yeah. So how do I set a breakpoint somewhere? Let's try like main.go 1. Oh, there we go. Alright, what's a line with a statement? 29. Oh, here we go. Alright. Okay, we got into... that's good. It actually prints out where I am in source. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's printing out into library functions. Oh, okay. Is there like not a way to step... Okay, I can step out. Okay. Alright, you know what? Actually not using this not too painful. I'm fine with using... with Delve, I guess. If I need to bust out a Go debugger, seems like painless enough to use to me. Yeah. So there we go. Mission complete. Rebuilt our brackets thing in Go, so that's badass. Now that's not a good CLI app. That is... That is remaking brackets thing in Go. Making a good CLI app, different story. Which still probably would be a good thing to do, and continue trying to use Go here. The question is what is that CLI app? What do we actually want to do? Want it to do? I don't know. I can look through like I have like a page of ideas for stuff that I will look through to see if I can find anything interesting. I don't know. This is like actual problem here. You have to figure out what is worth spending time on, because otherwise, obviously have other shit to do here. There's some more personal site stuff always to go build out. Um, there's fucking around with the stream quality here. One thing I did want to do was I've been watching some Handmade Hero, and following along with what my friend Ted has done. He is the creator of the game Moo Solutions, which is a Sokobon style puzzle game that involves chasing moose around the forest and trying to get them onto little tiles. It's a fun puzzle game. It's pretty cool. Um, but Ted did some pretty interesting like technical stuff with this game. This is like one of the handmade hero, handmade network type games. So the entire thing is built from scratch. No, no like real or very few external libraries. He built his own like shit all the way back and forth. It all works like cross-platform too, with a pretty well isolated platform layer to to minimize the amount of changes you have to make to the rest of the code to get to port this thing somewhere new. So and it's like blazingly fast to go build to go compile a game. I don't know if I can show that. I don't want to show the any of the actual code here on stream, like code Windows. Oops. Like the actual like, oh what the fuck? Oh, I have to be on a stupid. What's it called? I have to be in like the Microsoft terminal, but it's like an entire game, with like a bunch of art assets and like a couple that like and all this stuff. It builds in like a second, and that is incredible. Like this program is freaking compiles so fast. And maybe I'm just like incredibly, and this is probably the case. I'm just used to software, even like C programs, just building slow as dirt. Um, like especially at work, because there's so much like junk that gets thrown into a program to like do very minimal useful things, like like just like get grabbing library packages, dependencies. Like you remember, if you recall the stream from a few days ago, we were doing the the fitness app, and like the amount of time it takes to like just go build and recompile this damn thing, it's hilarious because this is for a program that does like so infinitely less than a like full video game does. It's infinitely stupider in terms of actual end user functionality, but the amount of like tech that's going on underneath the hood to stand up this mobile app is just so huge that it's still building. It's going to take like a minute or two to build like a one screen app that has a couple buttons and writes to persistent storage. And like that's, I don't know, like there's a way to architect this software probably that or all software that it does not have to do all this nonsense for basic functionality, right? Now I don't know enough about, unfortunately, how like Android actually works at the OS layer, or how Android apps work to to be confident, like building out a platform layer type thing for that, where I could just be using like very basic C, with like maybe some C standard library stuff uh, to go just write this from scratch and not and circumvent however many layers of crap are in between me and the final program using Expo and React Native. Like this is like there's just like an immense amount of stuff going on here to for an app with like no functionality. Or not no functionality, but like very very limited functionality. Um, and so I'm very interested in learning how to try to do that stuff, how to create this like OS platform layer thing. Um, and I think we're Windows devs here, unfortunately, so we will try to come up with something with Windows. I've been following along with Handmade Hero and trying, and I want to make as an upcoming project actually like trying to implement some of that stuff, doing like the writing the actual kind of like the renderer or the using some like direct audio stuff. Um, that I think would be a really really interesting project because as of right now I'm kind of stuck uh, with where I am with my game development work. I can show where I've left off, but I have like my uh, sort of physics gravity game that I kind of got stuck on because I could not figure out quite the way to do basically just collisions to do oriented bounding box collision stuff was like beyond me at that point. And some of it was just like I basically was having to implement a bunch of math library stuff that I didn't have, and interfacing kind of with like what was given to me in the Ooga Booga engine, which is written by Charlie Malmqvist. I think that's it. I don't know how you pronounce his name, but Charlie, he's pretty good programmer. He's been building that engine in C, kind of like for the purpose of allowing people to get up and running, just doing the actual game programming stuff pretty fast. But I did just have the problem of like some parts of game programming of like how like the rendering works and like how things are optimized to do stuff. And I think nearly every one of my projects that I was doing, I was running into limitations of Ooga Booga that I just had no idea how to solve because I'd skipped through that stuff. Like in Escape Velocity, I ran into the problem of I needed to basically implement a shitload of new math features into the thing, and I didn't really know the math very well. I was trying to go through and figure out how to do it, implement it into the sort of engine, and I didn't quite know like how things were going on to be able to do that. And I tried pivoting towards just doing like a top down, stupid top down shooter type thing. But again, I ran into the problem pretty fast of like I didn't really know well enough like the rendering pipeline to figure out how to do stupid unit coordinate transformations to get like my mouse position correctly, because it's using like something Charlie wrote abstracted into like an input frame that's like taking like the whole screen, and I don't know. I don't know how it works. And so either the answer is like kind of reverse engineer and patch my way, struggle my way through Charlie, and then Randy's like the other guy who's doing this Ooga Booga stuff. So he has a bunch of example code from a game that he was writing up using it. So either try to like reverse engineer their stuff or do some deep diving to figure out like actually how that works. And I'm at the point where I think it would be very much worth it for me to do that deep dive because like again, like this this project, technical failure that I didn't understand. I like didn't understand what was going on in the math. The 2D top-down shooter, technical failure. Don't understand the rendering pipeline. This game, technical failure of like things started slowing to a crawl because I had like 10,000 entities on screen. Um, and the way to get better performance out of that was to figure out would be to figure out how to like better optimize the renderer, from what I understand. Um, this one was literally born out of the fact that I don't know how shaders work. If I wanted to attach like light sources to this player circle and then create like a chain, like this is supposed to be like a labyrinth inspired game where you go around. There's like a minotaur, right? And you're creating this like thread of glowing light behind you to kind of show you where you've been and illuminate like in the dark. And like doing that was totally beyond me because I tried doing this like a week or something. um, and I didn't have the time to cram in learning HLSL into that, let alone how it worked interacted with the engine. Um, and then this one kind of just failed because it was like, I don't know, lost interest. Lost interest, and it was like a little clunky. I don't know if the vision for this idea was super fantastic. Basically, it's like just infinite JRPG battles, roguelite. Um, I think honestly, like there's probably some stuff there. I spent a little bit too much time focused on like building out some of this like polishing stuff before like actually working on like just making this like a fun to play game. And that's where I kind of struggled is like the JRPG battles by themselves. It's hard to make them really fun in isolation without like some stuff backing up it, and that stuff is usually the JRPG story, because there's like the ones that have like a lot of depth and complexity and are very interesting. Um, Most people like still are not playing JRPGs for that. They're playing it for the combination of these battle scenes being broken up with like the light RPG elements and story, um, and other stuff going on. I think like the biggest exception to that probably is Pokemon, where there is like a pretty significant competitive Pokemon video game scene, right? Like people actually play that game because there's a lot of depth to it. But if you took away like the Pokemon IP though, um, I think it's unknown. Well, I mean, maybe not, but it's probably much more difficult to get people to play that game. Um, and that's like the sort of the problem I feel with following the designs of games that have like a very firmly established IP. Like this was, obviously it's a Final Fantasy clone of like people like even back in the SNES games, like Final Fantasy was selling units because it had kind of made a name for itself and was doing interesting for the time technical stuff like the SNES games were doing Mode 7, the Final Fantasy 7 and the PS1 games were all doing the FMV cutscenes and 3D and all this stuff, and like this very very long storyline stuff, and that's what like SquareSoft, they were known for like marrying all of those elements, and I don't know, I just didn't have I guess I don't have the vision, and I still don't quite for if you can break off just like an ATB system thing into its own game and have it really stand by itself. It might be interesting to go back to at some point, but I'm not really feeling it right now. I don't think it doesn't feel like the most intriguing idea to me. So yeah, all that to say that I think one of my next projects that I really want to do is really fill in the gaps of my like, oh, that's the wrong one. Wait, what? Oh, Jesus. Fill in the gaps of my like game dev knowledge of like how things how to actually like fully build the program, do all this cool stuff to like make it work on different platforms and stuff, because that's a useful actual feature, aside from it just being like a really impressive technical thing. That is a useful end user feature that does increase like the amount of market that you can sell the product to, and that is a real like measurable good outcome there. Whereas the like reducing build time by a lot, also a really good thing, but like you know there's the plus and minus versus using someone else's engine and doing all that stuff. Um, I I think a very worthy endeavor. Um, but I want to watch a couple more Handmade Hero videos first to get a better sense of um, how that kind of works out, because I think it would be pretty boring on a stream to watch me watching Handmade Hero VODs and trying to recreate that. I would like to watch ahead a little bit first and figure out like what exactly it is to do. Um, that would be good. So we're kind of left back with trying to figure out a good CLI app to make, or doing some stuff for the robot here. So one thing I've been putting off has been I'm working with my partner here, also named Alex, and he has been I've been doing some of these other like sort of peripheral projects to try to learn stuff. He's been working on the actual code to do object identification on a real-time video feed for a robot. So he's got like a Jetson TX2, just like some AI board. Is trying to, I think, run right now some OpenCV libraries, and this thing YOLOs, which I'm pretty sure this was the real-time thing. Yeah, this is like the video thing. So he's been running some of this stuff, has gotten object identification working, but the image stabilization supposedly is very bad, where you if you move the video camera around, you start to lose precision on your object classification very quickly. And that's like, I don't know how hard that problem is to solve. I have no idea, but I think it'd probably be good to get a working version of his setup here for myself, so that I can I can at least test some of this stuff out, and then try to get to the point where I can do some video streaming off of that is like connectable to the stuff that he's doing. Of trying to figure out how to take that video feed with the object identification and stream it over the network to desktop or mobile endpoint. And mobile was the reason that I went through all of that all of that trouble to figure out how React Native works. So it's all connected. All of these things are connected, even though they're kind of seemingly all over the place. So I will try to see if I can replicate his setup. He's on Arch, by the way. But like I've been using like some WSL stuff on my Windows 10 here, but for some of this stuff, unfortunately, like using GPU hardware at speed, I don't know, and but I would guess that doing things through the WSL layer is probably going to probably have a pretty adverse effect on performance of using this stuff, and also probably of developing with it too. I think it would probably just make things more complicated. A total naive opinion based off of like fears and speculation, but I don't know. I'm a little freaked out by it. So I want to see if I downloaded, I think, all of these packages to try to be able to get this working on Windows, see if I could replicate the environment. But I might have to do a couple things I don't want to do, which is set up Arch, a WSL Arch instance, which I had some problems doing earlier, or figure out how to dual boot into Arch, which I also don't want to do because that's all of these are very are projects and a half. So we'll see if let me see if it like just we can make things just work like pretty fast. Like if I can just clone this and with all the packages I've already installed, just build it and it works, I would be so happy. Then I don't have to do a bunch of shitting around. Oh shit. Okay, well, so that does not just work, turns out. Shit. Yeah, we do not want to use MSBC for this. Yeah, so this does not just work. Because I bet you I need to have OpenCV installed somewhere. Because Windows, oh Jesus. Yeah, not great. So, oh shit. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know how much screwing around this is going to take to get working on Windows. Let's look at the CMake here. I want to try an experiment. Oops. So one thing I've seen, and I don't know if this is really the case, is if you actually take like the built version of this thing. Those are like all object files, right? Like if I take this whole folder and dump it into my C drive, will CMake think it's installed? Because I think I saw some library said to do that on Windows. Oh shit. Yeah, not quite. Jesus. Yeah. Oh crap. Okay, well let's reverse that because that is probably not a good place for this thing to live. Okay, so if we go into WSL, is that any easier? And can we just get it to work? That's a good question. See, I am no Linux main here. So we'll just go grab all this stuff. Okay, we're gonna hope that that all of these libraries are in apt as well. Crap. That's no good. Okay. Alright, we got a problem here. Oh, shit. None of them. None of them. Yeah, I don't. Oh, wait. Lib OpenCV dash. Is there a CUDA one? No. Oh, shit. Sorry for the profanity, folks. I'm just wallowing in the fact that I'm gonna have to probably set up Arch to get this working. That is going to be a whole thing. Yeah, well, or figure out how to really use packages correctly on Windows with C, which is something I have never never figured out how to do. Alright, well, let's exit again. Let's go back to the problem here, which is not that one. How he has the build set up. Oh, interesting. So these are all the classes available. This is the actual. Oh, look at this. PyTorch. Okay. Oh, well, I don't have that cloned, so that's probably a problem. Let's try init. Let's do that. Do I think that will actually fix our issue here? No, it should not. Yeah, I didn't think so. We're just looking through the rest of this shit first. That's the model. I think this is just like sample code. I don't think he's played around too much with any of this stuff. I could be wrong. If I'm underselling you, Alex, I'm very sorry. How do I do this? Update dash remote. Fuck. There we go. All right, I'm gonna get do a PNT while I wait for that to clone. I'll be right back. Yeah, my tea, unfortunately, looks like we're not going to be getting too many more brews out of this guy for now. We'll just let that sit for a bit till, let's see, like another minute or so. Yeah. Okay, so now we actually clone that though. We can try again. Again, will not work. I didn't think it would. Yeah, well. Crap. Maybe like on. Or first, I should start this. Okay, it already started. That's good. First of all, let's go to the OpenCV thing here. Because maybe they have some. Oh, that's my thing. I don't know why it does this sometimes. It's like bouncing up and down a little bit. I don't remember if they had a some way to figure out how to actually install these C bindings on Windows. How do? Built libraries, installation using git bash. Okay. Oh my lord. That is a lot of stuff. Build the library. Oh my god. Okay, set the environment variable and add it to system path. Oh. Okay, see, now that is something I can do. Build I'm pretty sure I built this. Oh shit, no, I think I built this in WSL. Oh, that's a pain in the ass. Cause that means this is like incredibly dirty. Oh frick. Alright, I think I have to blow this away. It sucks because this repo is freaking huge. Slash. And I think I can do like fetch depth 1 here. Shit. I hate when it does this. I don't know if this is PowerShell's fault or my terminal emulator. Sometimes that thing just gets like locked. It's very annoying. No, I think I'm gonna have to head out.